churches. They're so beautiful, yet in many cases they're so far away. That's where I come in. Welcome to The Pilgrim, the show where I go to national shrines, and other places of pilgrimage to show you them. Whether fly by plane to Las Vegas or drive to Indiana, welcome to The Pilgrim.
But do you think the Basilica of Our Lady of Guadalupe is too far away from you? That's okay, because there's an Our Lady of Guadalupe shrine in Des Plaines, Illinois. We'll be checking that out next time on The Pilgrim.
The Shrine of Our Lady of Guadalupe is located northwest of downtown Chicago, but before we check out the shrine, we need to talk about its story. In 1987, Mr. Joaquin Martinez acquired a statue of Our Lady of Guadalupe during a visit to the Basilica of Our Lady of Guadalupe in Mexico. When the statue arrived in Chicago, Mr. Martinez and a group of devotees called the Friends of Our Lady of Guadalupe decided to begin a mission whereby the image began a pilgrimage to several parishes and family homes to encourage devotion to Our Lady of Guadalupe in Chicago. In June 1988, in search for a permanent place for the veneration of the pilgrim statue of Our Lady of Guadalupe, Father John Smith, president of Maryville Academy, welcomed the image and his faithful devotees. On July 4th, 1988, the statue was brought to Maryville Academy with the blessing of the Most Reverend Palcadio Rodriguez, Auxiliary Bishop of the Archdiocese of Chicago. On December 12, 1995, Father John Smith, Father David Ryan, and Father Rafael Orozco inaugurated the construction of an outdoor shrine modeled after the hill of Tepeyac in Mexico City. The outdoor shrine, known as El Cerrito, became the main devotional area for the veneration of Our Lady of Guadalupe. In June 1997, Father Esteban Martinez, rector of the Basilica of Guadalupe in Mexico, and the Basilica Choir were present to bless and name this site the Cerrito del Tepeyac de Chicago. During the ceremony, Monsignor Martinez poured soil brought from the original Cerro del Tepeyac in Mexico City, and also blessed and enthroned the image of Our Lady of Guadalupe in the new Cerrito. This important visit consolidated a significant and permanent relationship between this site and the Basilica of Mexico, as this site was granted the faculty of being a place where pilgrims can fulfill their pledges or promises to Our Lady of Guadalupe as if they were being fulfilled at the Basilica in Mexico. By 2013, the shrine had become the most visited shrine in the USA dedicated to Our Lady of Guadalupe, and the second most visited in the world after the Basilica of Guadalupe in Mexico. Across the street from El Cerrito is the Chapel of St. Joseph, which was originally a gym and was finally consecrated as a church in April of 2018. The first thing most people probably notice when they walk into this chapel is the grand high altar, which was added a little bit later after the chapel was completed. St. Joseph is in the middle, and to the left of him, St. Peter, and to the right of him, St. Paul. Under St. Peter, there is an upside-down cross, which he was martyred on, and the keys to heaven, which Jesus gave to him to bind and to loose on earth as it will be in heaven. Under St. Paul, there is a book, because he wrote many letters to different Christians, and two swords, because he was beheaded with the sword. Saints Peter and Paul both have scrolls, because they wrote something that is now in the Bible. St. Peter is holding the keys to the kingdom, and St. Paul is holding the sword which he was beheaded on. St. Joseph is holding a staff with flowers because of his purity, and he's also holding the child Jesus, who is blessing the world. On the sides of the church, under the windows, there are 7 statues dedicated to particular saints. There's Venerable Augustus Tolton, who was an African-American priest who lived in Chicago. There's Saint Pope John Paul II, who was the second longest reigning pope in history. There's Saint Jose Luis Sanchez del Rio, a martyr of the Mexican Revolution. There's St. Therese of Lisieux, the Carmelite nun, who has her own shrine not too far from here, and we've also made a video of that shrine for you to watch. There's St. Juan Diego, the Mexican layman who Our Lady of Guadalupe appeared to. There's St. Michael the Archangel, which you probably know all you need to know about him already. And St. Pius of Pietrelcina, which you probably know as Padre Pio. To the far right of the high altar, there is a statue of Our Lady of Guadalupe. And to the far left of the high altar, above the choir, there is a painting of St. Juan Diego. In the back of the church, on the floor, there are the initials SJ for St. Joseph. In the middle of the church on the floor, there are flowers representing St. Joseph's purity. And at the steps of the sanctuary, on the floor, there is an image of working tools because, according to tradition, Saint Joseph was a carpenter. On the left side of the main entrance to the shrine, there is a gift shop, La Tilma gift shop to be exact, because most shrines have a gift shop, and this place is no exception. On the right side of the main entrance to the shrine, there is the Marian Chapel, dedicated to, well, Our Lady. In the narthex, there are images of the different martyrs of the Mexican Revolution, and that's not the only thing that's here in this narthex. Behind the baptismal font, there is a beautiful stained glass window depicting Jesus being baptized in the River Jordan. In this chapel, there is also a statue of St. Jude, which is not a surprise because Mexicans have a great devotion to St. Jude, and this is a shrine dedicated to a Marian apparition that took place in Mexico. In this chapel, the stained glass windows depict Mary under her different titles, except the two stained glass windows closest to the sanctuary. Those are stained glass windows of Jesus. It is also not a surprise that there is a statue of Our Lady of Guadalupe in this chapel because, well, this is a shrine to Our Lady of Guadalupe. There are some details in this chapel that might be hard to see by the naked eye, like the windows close to the ceiling are actually stained glass windows. Now let's talk about the sanctuary. In this sanctuary, there are statues of St. Joseph and Mary. And as you know, the sanctuary is the most important part of the church because that is where the holy sacrifice of the Mass is offered. The stained glass window in the sanctuary depict the images attributed to the four evangelists. St. Mark is the lion, St. John is the eagle, St. Luke is the cow, and St. Matthew is the angel. Above the choir, there is a beautiful sculpture of the Blessed Trinity, surrounded by the rest of the stained glass windows, which include Jesus with the little children, the Immaculate Heart of Mary, and Our Lady of Kibeho. On the opposite side of the church from where St. Jude is, there is a beautiful statue of the Sacred Heart and a beautiful painting of Mary with her Immaculate Heart. The crucifix in this chapel has a black corpus with a beautiful cross. And that's the chapel. Inside the main entrance to El Cerrito, there are quotes from when Our Lady appeared to St. Juan Diego. On special occasions, when the St. Joseph Chapel or the Marian Chapel can't hold the congregation, or when it's a nice day, Masses are said out here. Outside there are statues of St. Anthony, the Holy Family, and St. Joseph. Outside there is a replica of the Cross of the Apostolate. The original is in Mexico City. According to a promise made from Jesus to a Mexican nun, it will chase away the devil, spread his warmth and life, cure many souls and bodies, and make many miracles. And here's the copy of the Tilma of Juan Diego. This isn't the copy that we were talking about earlier, though. That one was replaced by this one for the shrine's 10th anniversary in 2023. On the top of El Cerrito, there is a sculpture known as the Offering. It is a replica of the original in Mexico, and it was placed here in 2001. The height of the statue of Our Lady of Guadalupe is approximately 12 feet, and the weight is approximately 2,200 pounds. The height of the statue of St. Juan Diego is approximately 6 feet, and the weight is approximately 800 pounds. Next to El Cerrito, there is a statue of the Sacred Heart. Jesus' arms are open wide, welcoming all peoples, races, and nationalities into the abyss of his Sacred Heart. Behind the Cross of the Apostolate is the outdoor chapel to the resurrected Christ. Sadly, we could not see this chapel today because it was tragically destroyed by arson in May of 2023. Next to the chapel of the resurrected Christ, there is a beautiful sculpture of Calvary. And there's a park across the street from the shrine, in case your kids need to burn off some energy after sitting patiently at the shrine.